Alright guys, so here is a full day of eating, intermittent fasting style for weight loss. Keyword there is weight loss, because even though we want to continue to take in good macronutrients, the primary goal of this diet is a calorie deficit. There's no way around that. So it's going to be focused on staying in a calorie deficit. Last point before we start. Scheduling. Scheduling is going to be different for everyone, and it's massively important, I think, in the effectiveness of intermittent fasting. I have just finished a year in Japan. I was training every day, 4 a.m. and intermittent fasting just doesn't lend itself to that kind of schedule. So for this video, I am setting the diet up. I'm going to be doing an evening training session, and that means that all of those afternoon calories are going to be geared around that. Right guys, this is going to be nice and simple. First things first, you wake up in the morning, you're going to immediately drink a decent amount of water. Get yourself hydrated. And I also recommend keeping a bottle of water with you throughout the day, because it can really be a great tool. There's times when you're feeling a little bit peckish, a little bit hungry, just neck some water. It'll trick your body into thinking that it's taking something in, and you can push off that hunger a little bit longer. And of course, another great tool when you're fasting, I know you've heard this one before, is caffeine. If you are a fan of coffee, if you like drinking coffee after coffee, good for you. You are going to have a better time with fasting than most people. Me, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of coffee. I can't stand the taste. And for that reason, I usually use a caffeine supplement, or in some cases, a 0-calorie energy drink to get me through that morning. Now, the other day on another one of my videos, someone made the comment that aspartame, which can be found in most soda-style drinks, can actually contribute towards breaking your fast. I checked this, I looked it up, and there is some validity. There is some research that suggests that. For me, in my experience, this hasn't affected my weight loss goals. I don't break the fast. I feel like I'm still getting those benefits of a prolonged period, because I'm taking this caffeine usually within an hour of waking up, and then I am holding off until lunchtime for my first meal. So for me, it's not affected me. For you, it may work differently. From there, guys, we're going to push things all the way through to lunchtime, just sipping on water to get us through the morning. My theory, this is going to be the hungriest you are all day. So you're really going to want to tick every box with this lunchtime meal. Problem is, if we don't tick every box with this meal, later on in the day, things may catch up with you. So for lunch, every day, I am going to have chicken, broccoli, and rice, or sweet potato. Yes, the classic bodybuilder meal. Now, for anyone who's watching this like, oh, that's so boring, I can't eat like that. Personally, I found that my success rate when it came to dieting skyrocketed when I was able to break that emotional connection that people have towards food. I don't need comfort foods. I don't need interesting or exciting foods. I only need foods that serve a function and help me move towards my goals. I spoke about ticking all those boxes, guys. I will also always, with every meal, have a piece of fruit. Fruit is my best friend, and I'll tell you why. Number one, I love it. Number two, it's healthy. Number three, it helps you to manage those cravings. Fruit is the number one craving management tool, because if I eat some fruit throughout the day, I don't really get those sweet tooth cravings late at night. Remember, guys, any nutritional plan is all about controlling your calories, controlling the way you're setting up your nutrition. I can find ways to help myself later in the day by eating something or doing something earlier in the day, then I'm always going to do that, because basically you have not had a successful day of nutrition, a successful day of dieting, until you literally fall asleep that night. You could undo everything 10 minutes before you go to bed, and that is what we're trying to avoid. Guys, later on in the afternoon now, I am going to have a protein shake and a banana. That is going to be my pre-workout meal. Pretty standard pre-workout meal, about 90 minutes before I train. And just before I train, 15 to 20 minutes, I am going to take a pre-workout supplement. Notice here, guys, I have not been taking on excessive amounts of caffeine throughout the day. I usually take a fix of caffeine in the morning, maybe the energy drink, maybe some sort of supplement. That's about 80 to 100 milligrams. The pre-workout, you're looking at 200 to 250 milligrams. That is coming in at around 350 milligrams of caffeine per day, which is comfortably below what doctors recommend as the healthy daily allowance, which is 400 milligrams. I am not sipping on cups of coffee throughout the day. I'm getting one fix in the morning. That's going to take me through to lunchtime, and I'm taking one fix before I train. That is going to be it. Right, guys, straight after training, depending on my schedule, I might have a protein shake, but I'll tell you something, about 5-10 years ago, I stopped worrying about the anabolic window. I know that if I can get sufficient protein throughout the day, I am going to be fine. If I have some sort of delay or some sort of plan straight after my workout, then I'll just take a protein shake on board just to replenish my body. But if I'm going straight home, then I can wait till I get home, cook myself my dinner, which is going to be my second main meal of the day, and I would rather get my protein, rather get my macronutrients from good quality whole foods as opposed to supplementation. Dinner, I'm going to give you 3 options. You can either have some sort of omelette, which you can serve with vegetables, you can serve it with rice. Chicken, you can cook some grilled chicken with rice, or my personal favorite, salmon. Little bit higher calories, but it's still not really going to send us off track here. Problem being, here in Thailand where I live right now, fish is just so much more expensive than chicken, and as I say, food is fuel. So maybe once a week I'll have some salmon, but generally I'll just cook some chicken, nice and cheap, nice and effective, get it down me, job done, dinner finished. Final meal of the day, guys, maybe an hour after dinner, maybe an hour before I go to bed, I am going to take on some sort of snack. I'm going to try and keep it healthy, some sort of Greek yogurt, mix it in with some protein powder, keeping my sweet tooth in mind. Obviously, those sweet tooth cravings usually come at night time. We're trying to manage them throughout the day, but sometimes they just pop up. I'm going to eat in moderation. I'm going to stay on top of my calories. I'm not going to lose control at the end of the day. And usually after that, I'm absolutely fine for the day. I'm full. I'm satisfied. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to dream about one day being a WWE superstar and main eventing WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Then I am going to wake up 7 to 8 hours later and start the exact same process again. That is it, guys. It is that simple. And the reason it is so simple is because I choose to make it simple. Someone who has been able to stay consistently lean for years whilst making linear progress. Best piece of nutritional advice I could give you regarding any approach, not just intermittent fasting, but any approach, is to create yourself a template that is super easy to stick to. The biggest mistake people make is they may have that template, but they're always looking for opportunities to move away from that. No. Once you start using language, whether it be externally or just in your brain, like I deserve a treat, or once or twice a week, that is when you immediately go from the path to success and you jump over to the detour of failure. Guys, I would genuinely recommend having an entire cheat day on Saturday and then eating like a robot every other day of the week over trying to maintain a healthy nutrition plan throughout the week, but strategically trying to drop in 2 or 3 cheat meals, but keep everything else on track. If you start dropping those meals in at the beginning, they're going to become more frequent, they're going to give you more cravings, and they are going to set you off track. Hope this one has been helpful and has given you an idea of how simple it can be to lose weight, just to get muscular and ripped. But even if you are just looking to shift some pounds, to get a bit healthier, to work on your body composition, take this approach, stick to it, and I promise it will be effective. Like, comment, and subscribe to help this boy grow and to reach more people. And until the next one, guys, bye-bye.